What if letting go of worry could make your life fall perfectly into place? Sounds impossible, right? But Carl Jung, the genius of the human psyche, knew that worry traps us in a prison of our own making, while letting go unlocks a hidden flow where everything aligns. In this video, we dive into Jung's profound wisdom to reveal why stopping worry isn't just relief, it's a path to inner peace and self-discovery. Through 5 transformative steps, you'll learn how to break free from the ego's grip, embrace your true self through individuation, and invite synchronicity, those magical moments when life effortlessly clicks. From real stories of people who found freedom by letting go, we'll show you how to quiet the mind's chaos and trust your soul's rhythm. Imagine a life where stress fades, opportunities appear, and your path feels clear, all by releasing worry. Ready to discover how Jung's insights can transform your life? Let's start this journey together and unlock the flow where everything falls into place. Why does worry feel like a storm cloud over your life, stealing your peace? Carl Jung, the brilliant explorer of the human psyche, saw worry as a trap set by the ego, a frantic attempt to control a world that's always slipping through our fingers. Far from protecting us, worry locks us in a prison of our own making, disconnecting us from our true self and the flow of life. In this chapter, we'll uncover why worry is the ego's cunning deception, how it blocks your path to self-discovery and inner peace, and how recognizing this trap is the first step to letting go and aligning with Jung's concept of individuation. Through real stories, we'll see how breaking free from worry can spark a vibrant energy that transforms your life. Let's start with a story. Meet Olivia, a 34-year-old marketing manager who always looked exhausted. Her shoulders slumped from endless worry about work deadlines. At a team meeting, colleagues noticed her tension, assuming it was just stress. But Olivia's worry ran deeper. She feared failing her team, losing her job, and not being enough. Inspired by Jung, she began journaling about her anxiety, asking, "Why am I so afraid?" The answers revealed her ego's grip, a need to control every outcome to feel worthy. Jung would say Olivia's worry was her ego's defense, creating a false sense of control while draining her energy. By recognizing this, she started to loosen that grip, and her colleagues soon noticed a new lightness in her smile. Her story shows that worry isn't just stress, it's a barrier to your true self. Jung taught that the ego is like a nervous gatekeeper, obsessed with certainty and terrified of the unknown. It spins worry like a web, convincing us that planning every detail or imagining worst-case scenarios keeps us safe. But this web traps us, pulling us away from the present and the deeper wisdom of the self. The core of our psyche, worry, Jung argued, is a form of mild neurosis, a substitute for facing life's uncertainties head-on. It's like running on a treadmill. You exhaust yourself, but go nowhere. The ego tells us, if you don't worry, you'll fail. But in reality, worry drowns out intuition, creativity, and the natural flow of life, aging us with stress that science links to higher cortisol and cellular damage. Why does the ego cling to worry? It fears the unconscious, the vast, unpredictable realm of emotions, instincts, and truths we can't control. Jung called this the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of universal wisdom. When we worry, the ego builds a wall to keep this realm at bay, but it also blocks our connection to the self. Consider Ethan, a 41-year-old teacher who worried constantly about his students' performance, fearing it reflected his worth. His anxiety left him drained, his face etched with tension. Reading Jung, Ethan realized his worry was his ego's attempt to control outcomes beyond his reach. He began meditating, asking, "What's beneath this fear?" The answer was a need for validation. By acknowledging this, Ethan felt a weight lift, and his students noticed his renewed energy. Jung would say Ethan's ego was trapping him, but recognizing this opened a path to individuation, the journey to wholeness. Worry also distorts reality, turning small events into catastrophes. Take Mia, a 29-year-old graphic designer who lost sleep over a client presentation, imagining rejection and failure. Her worry wasn't about the presentation itself, but an ego-driven fear of not being seen as talented. Jung would argue that Mia's ego magnified the event, creating a carnival mirror that warped her perception. By journaling about her fear, Mia saw it stemmed from childhood pressure to be perfect. This insight helped her focus on her work's value, not her image. Her next presentation was a success, and friends noticed her glowing confidence. Jung's insight here is clear. Worry isn't about reality, it's about the ego's illusions, keeping us from living authentically. How can you start breaking free from this trap? Jung's first step is to observe your worry without judgment. Keep a journal and write about a worry that's consuming you. Ask, "What am I trying to control?" Olivia journaled about her work fears, uncovering her need for worthiness. Ethan meditated on his teaching anxiety, finding a need for validation. Mia wrote about her presentation fears, discovering a perfectionist streak. This practice, called amplification by Jung, helps you see worry as a signal, not a truth. By naming it, you weaken the ego's grip, freeing energy for clarity and vitality. Science backs this mindfulness practices reduce stress hormones, preserving your health and radiance. Another step is to pause and reconnect with the present. When worry strikes, take 5 deep breaths and ask, "What's real right now?" Olivia did this before meetings, grounding herself in the moment. Ethan used it during classes, focusing on his students' engagement. Mia tried it before designing, tapping into her creativity. Jung believed this reconnects you to the self, bypassing the ego's false alarms. It's like stepping out of a storm into calm. You see life clearly, not through worry's fog. This practice opens the door to synchronicity, where life's flow begins to align naturally. The ego's trap is powerful, but recognizing it is your first step to freedom. As Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." By seeing worry as the ego's illusion, you start to reclaim your true self. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore how letting go, confronting expectations, and embracing synchronicity can transform your life. For now, reflect. What worry is holding you back? Write it down. It's your first step to breaking free and letting life fall into place. What if letting go of worry isn't giving up, but waking up to your true self? Carl Jung taught that letting go is not laziness or surrender. It's a profound act of awakening, a courageous trust in the deeper rhythm of your soul. Unlike the ego's frantic need to control, letting go invites you to align with the self, the core of your psyche, and opens the door to synchronicity, where life flows effortlessly. Women who find this freedom radiate a vibrant energy, their inner peace reflecting a life in harmony. In this chapter, we'll explore why letting go is an active step toward individuation, how it transforms worry into clarity, and how you can start releasing control to discover the natural flow of your life. Let's begin with a story. Meet Sophia, a 38-year-old writer who once felt crushed by worry over her unpublished novel. She obsessed over every word, fearing it wouldn't be perfect. Her anxiety drained her creativity, leaving her exhausted and uninspired. Reading Carl Jung. Sophia learned that her worry stemmed from her ego's need to prove her worth. She began practicing active imagination, visualizing her fear as a heavy chain. In her mind, she asked, "What do you need to let go?" The chain dissolved, revealing a calm inner voice, urging her to write for joy, not approval. Sophia stopped forcing her work, and soon, a publisher unexpectedly reached out. A moment of synchronicity. Friends noticed her renewed glow, her face relaxed and vibrant. Jung would say Sophia's letting go was an awakening, aligning her with herself and freeing her creative energy. Jung believed letting go is not passivity but a shift from the ego's control to the self's guidance. The ego clings to outcomes, believing worry keeps us safe, but it only traps us in fear. Letting go, in contrast, is trusting the collective unconscious, the universal wisdom that guides us when we step back. This trust reduces stress, which science links to lower cortisol levels, preserving health and vitality. Women who let go often find life aligns in unexpected ways. As if an invisible order takes over, Jung called this synchronicity, where meaningful coincidences emerge when we align with our soul's rhythm, creating a flow that feels effortless and alive. Consider Lily, a 45-year-old nurse who worried constantly about her patients' outcomes, feeling responsible for every detail. Her stress aged her, her eyes heavy with tension. Inspired by Jung, Lily began meditating daily, focusing on her breath to quiet her ego's demands. She asked herself, "What can I release?" The answer was her need to control what wasn't hers. By trusting her skills and the process, Lily felt lighter, and a patient's unexpected recovery sparked a synchronistic moment of joy. Colleagues noticed her radiant energy, as if years had lifted. Jung would argue Lily's letting go was an act of awakening, allowing herself to guide her actions, not her ego's fears. Letting go also means acting from clarity. Not banit. Take Emma, a 27-year-old entrepreneur who worried endlessly about her startup success, fearing failure would define her. Her anxiety stifled her decisions, leaving her drained. Reading Jung. Emma tried journaling, asking, "What am I holding on to?" She realized her worry was tied to proving herself to others. By focusing on her passion instead, Emma let go of external validation. A chance meeting with an investor soon followed, a synchronistic event that boosted her business. Her friends saw a new spark in her eyes, her posture confident. Jung would say Emma's shift to trusting herself was a step toward individuation, freeing her from worry's grip and radiating vitality. How can you start letting go? Jung's first step is to pause and listen to your inner voice. Set aside 5 minutes daily for meditation or journaling. Ask, "What am I trying to control?" Write without judgment. Sophia visualized her fear as a chain. Lily focused on her breath, and Emma journaled about her need for approval. This practice, rooted in Jung's active imagination, quiets the ego and connects you to the self. Science supports this. Mindfulness reduces stress, enhancing clarity and health, which reflects in your energy and appearance. Another step is to act without attachment to outcomes. Choose one task like writing, working, or helping someone, and focus on the process, not the result. Sophia wrote for joy. Lily nursed with trust. Emma built her business from passion. Ask, how can I act from my true self today? This shift aligns you with your soul's rhythm. Inviting synchronicity. Jung believed this trust in the self creates a flow where life unfolds naturally, Reducing worry's toll. Try it. Note one action you'll do, for its own sake, and see how it feels. Letting go is your soul's awakening, not a retreat. As Jung said, the greatest and most important problems of life are fundamentally insoluble. They must be outgrown. By releasing worry, you step into the flow of inner peace and self-discovery. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore how to confront expectations and embrace synchronicity to transform your life. For now, reflect. What can you let go of today? Write it down. It's your first step to awakening and letting life fall into place. Why does worry feel like a weight that never lifts? No matter how hard you try, Carl Jung revealed that worry often stems from identifying with expectations, those external images and roles we cling to. Like a mask, we can't take off. Jung called this mask the persona, the social face we wear to fit in. But when we mistake it for our true self, every crack in that image becomes a source of anxiety. Women who break free from this trap radiate a lightness, their inner peace reflecting a life aligned with their soul. In this chapter, we'll explore how identifying with the persona fuels worry, why it blocks your path to individuation, and how you can start peeling back this mask to find freedom and let life fall into place. Let's start with a story. Meet Clara, a 42-year-old lawyer who always seemed tense, worrying about maintaining her image as the perfect professional. At a firm dinner, colleagues admired her success, but noticed her strained smile. Clara's anxiety came from fearing any mistake would shatter her reputation. Reading Jung, she realized she was identifying with her persona, the flawless lawyer rather than her true self. She began journaling, asking, "Who am I without this role?" The answers revealed a love for painting she'd suppressed. By embracing this, Clara felt freer, and her colleagues noticed a new glow in her eyes. Jung would say Clara's worry stemmed from her persona's grip, but loosening it was a step towards self-discovery. Letting her soul shine, Jung taught that the persona is a necessary social tool, helping us navigate the world. But it becomes a prison when we believe it's all we are. We tie our worth to external expectations, being the perfect parent, worker, or partner, and worry blooms when life doesn't match that image. This identification creates a gap between the real self and the mask, fueling anxiety that science links to stress-related aging through cortisol spikes. Women who look vibrant often reject this trap, aligning with their self, the core of their psyche, through individuation. By letting go of the persona, they free energy that radiates as clarity and vitality, connecting them to the collective unconscious. Jung's universal source of wisdom. Consider Eva, a 31-year-old teacher who worried endlessly about being the ideal educator. She feared her students' criticism would mean she wasn't good enough. Her anxiety left her drained, her face etched with tension. Inspired by Jung, Eva tried active imagination, visualizing her perfect teacher persona as a heavy cloak. She asked, "What's beneath this mask?" The answer was a desire to inspire, not perform. By focusing on her passion for teaching, Eva let go of external validation, and a student's unexpected praise sparked a moment of synchronicity. Her colleagues noticed her relaxed posture and bright energy. Jung would argue Eva's worry came from identifying with her persona, but releasing it opened a path to her true self. Reflecting inner peace. The persona also fuels worry through projection. We project our need for approval onto others, making their opinions a measure of our worth. Take Zoe, a 50-year-old entrepreneur who worried about her startup's image, fearing investors would judge her as a failure. Her stress aged her, her eyes heavy with doubt. Reading Jung. Zoe journaled about her fears, asking, "What am I protecting?" She realized she was projecting her need for success onto investors, tying her worth to their approval. By focusing on her vision instead, Zoe felt lighter, and a new partnership emerged unexpectedly. Friends saw her radiant confidence, as if years had lifted. Jung would say Zoe's worry was rooted in her persona, but letting go aligned her with herself. Inviting synchronicity. How can you start breaking free from the persona? Jung's first step is to question your roles. Keep a journal and write about a role you feel pressure to uphold. Parent, professional, friend. Ask, who am I without this role? Clara uncovered her love for painting, Ava her passion for inspiring, Zoe her vision. This practice, called amplification by Jung, helps you see the persona as a mask, not your essence. By naming it, you loosen its grip, freeing energy for self-discovery. Science supports this. Reducing role-related stress lowers anxiety, preserving health and vitality, which reflects in your appearance. Another step is to embrace your imperfections. Choose one expectation, like being perfect, and let yourself make a small mistake. Clara painted without aiming for perfection. Ava taught with authenticity. Zoe pitched her startup with honesty. Ask, what happens if I'm not perfect? This shift aligns you with your true self, reducing worry's toll. Jung believed this connects you to the collective unconscious, where synchronicity flows. Try it. Note one expectation you'll release today, and see how it feels. Identifying with expectations traps you in worry, but peeling back the persona frees your soul. As Jung said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. By letting go of the mask, you step toward individuation and inner peace. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore how to transform worry and embrace synchronicity to let life unfold. For now, reflect. What role are you clinging to? Write it down. It's your first step to freedom and a life that falls into place. What if worry isn't your enemy, but a doorway to freedom? Carl Jung believed that transforming worry into inner peace isn't about suppressing it, but about engaging it through a powerful process of recognition, confrontation, and release. This journey, rooted in Jung's concept of individuation, allows you to face the shadows of your psyche, free trapped energy, and align with your true self. Women who embrace this process radiate a vibrant calm, their souls shining through as they let life unfold naturally. In this chapter, we'll explore how to transform worry into freedom using Jung's active imagination, why this process unlocks synchronicity, and how you can start this journey to reclaim your inner peace and let everything fall into place. Let's start with a story. Meet Hannah, a 39-year-old event planner who lived in constant worry about her clients' approval. Her anxiety made her restless, her face tense with stress. At a wedding she organized, guests praised her work, but Hannah couldn't relax, fearing one mistake would ruin her reputation. Inspired by Jung, she began practicing active imagination, visualizing her worry as a stormy cloud. She asked, "What are you hiding?" The cloud parted, revealing a fear of being unworthy. By confronting this, Hannah journaled about her need for validation, releasing it through self-acceptance. A client's unexpected gratitude sparked a moment of synchronicity, and friends noticed her radiant energy, as if a weight had lifted. Jung would say, Hannah's transformation turned worry into freedom, aligning her with herself through individuation. Jung taught that worry signals an inner conflict, a clash between the ego's need for control and the self's call for authenticity. Transforming it requires 3 steps: recognizing worry as a psychological signal, confronting the emotions beneath it, and releasing the energy trapped within. This process, part of individuation, frees you from the ego's grip, reducing stress that science links to aging through cortisol spikes. By engaging worry, you connect with the collective unconscious, Jung's universal reservoir of wisdom, inviting synchronicity where life aligns effortlessly. Women who master this radiate vitality, their inner harmony, reflecting a soul unburdened by fear. Consider Lila, a 46-year-old therapist who worried endlessly about her clients' progress. Feeling responsible for their healing, her anxiety drained her, her eyes heavy with doubt. Reading Jung, Lila recognized her worry as her ego's attempt to control outcomes. She confronted it through active imagination, picturing her worry as a locked door. Asking, "What's behind you?" she saw a fear of failure. By journaling about this, Lila released her need to fix everything, trusting her clients' journeys. A client's breakthrough soon followed, a synchronistic moment that lifted her spirit. Colleagues noticed her relaxed glow, as if years had faded. Jung would argue Lila's confrontation with worry freed her psychic energy, aligning her with her true self. The transformation process also works in personal relationships. Take Nora, a 28-year-old graphic artist who worried constantly about her partner's approval. Fearing abandonment, her stress left her tense, her face clouded with anxiety. Inspired by Jung, Nora recognized her worry as a projection of self-doubt. She confronted it by visualizing her fear as a tight knot, asking, "What do you hold the knot unraveled?" revealing a need for self-love. By releasing this through journaling, Nora embraced her worth, and her partner's unexpected affection felt like synchronicity. Friends saw her vibrant smile return. Jung would say Nora's process of recognition, confrontation, and release transformed worry into freedom, connecting her to the collective unconscious. How can you start this transformation? Jung's first step is recognition. See worry as a signal, not a truth. Keep a journal and write about a worry consuming you. Ask, "What's this trying to tell me?" Hannah recognized her need for approval. Lila, her fear of failure. Nora, her lack of self-love. This practice, called amplification by Jung, helps you identify the root of worry, weakening the ego's hold. Science supports this. Naming emotions reduces amygdala activity, calming stress and preserving vitality, which reflects in your energy and appearance. Next, confront your worry using active imagination. Close your eyes. Visualize your worry as an image, a cloud, door, or knot, and ask, "What are you hiding?" Listen for insights. Then write them down. Hannah saw a fear of unworthiness. Lila, a fear of failure. Nora, a need for self-love. This dialogue, a Carl Jungian practice, lets you face the unconscious emotions driving worry. Try it for 5 minutes daily, noting how it shifts your perspective. Jung believed this confrontation releases psychic energy, opening a path to individuation and synchronicity. Finally, release the energy by acting on your insights. Take one small step to address the root of your worry. Hannah practiced self-acceptance. Lila trusted her clients. Nora embraced her worth. Ask, "What can I do today to honor my true self?" This release aligns you with your soul's rhythm, inviting life to flow naturally. Science shows that resolving inner conflict lowers stress hormones, enhancing health and radiance. Try it. Note one action you'll take to let go, and see how it feels. Transforming worry into freedom is a journey to your true self. As Jung said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. By recognizing, confronting, and releasing worry, you step into self-discovery and inner peace. In the next chapter, we'll explore how synchronicity brings life's pieces together. For now, reflect. What worry can you face today? Write it down. It's your first step to freedom and a life that falls into place. What if life could align itself like pieces of a puzzle when you stop worrying? Carl Jung called this phenomenon synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that emerge when you align with your true self, allowing life to unfold naturally. By letting go of the ego's need to control, you tap into the collective unconscious, a universal wisdom that orchestrates events in ways that feel almost magical. Women who embrace this flow radiate a vibrant calm, their inner peace, reflecting a life in harmony with their soul. In this final chapter, we'll explore how synchronicity brings life's pieces together, why it's the culmination of Jung's individuation, and how you can invite this flow to transform your life and let everything fall into place. Let's start with a story. Meet Elena, a 43-year-old bookstore owner who once worried endlessly about her business's success. Her anxiety over sales and competition left her drained, her face etched with tension. Inspired by Jung, Elena began practicing mindfulness, focusing on her love for books rather than profits. She asked herself, "What does my soul want?" The answer was to create a community space, letting go of worry. She hosted a book club, and a local author's surprise visit sparked a viral event, a moment of synchronicity. Customers noticed Elena's radiant energy, her smile brighter than ever. Jung would say Elena's alignment with her self-invited synchronicity, aligning her life with purpose and reflecting her inner peace. Jung taught that synchronicity occurs when you align with the self, the core of your psyche, rather than the ego's demands. Worry keeps you stuck in a fight-or-flight state, blocking intuition and creativity. But when you let go, you connect with the collective unconscious, Jung's shared reservoir of universal patterns. This alignment creates moments where events seem to click, effortlessly opportunities appear, connections form, and life flows. Science supports this. Reducing stress through mindfulness enhances brain function, boosting clarity and intuition, which reflect as vitality. Women who live in this flow often seem ageless, their energy radiating from a soul unburdened by worry. Consider Maya, a 35-year-old yoga instructor who worried about her classes being perfect. Fearing students would judge her, her stress dulled her presence, her eyes heavy with doubt. Reading Jung, Maya began journaling, asking, "What am I holding on to?" She realized her worry stemmed from needing approval. Letting go, she focused on teaching from her heart, trusting her intuition. One day, a student's gratitude led to a new teaching opportunity, a synchronistic moment. Her students noticed her glowing calm, as if years had lifted. Jung would argue Maya's trust in herself opened the door to synchronicity, aligning her life with her soul's rhythm through individuation. Synchronicity also transforms relationships. Take Sarah, a 52-year-old writer who worried about her friendships, fearing rejection if she wasn't enough. Her anxiety strained her connections, her face clouded with tension. Inspired by Jung, Sarah used active imagination, visualizing her worry as a tight rope. She asked, "What do you bind?" The rope loosened, revealing a fear of loneliness. By releasing this through journaling, Sarah embraced authentic connections. A friend's unexpected invitation to collaborate on a project felt like synchronicity, and her vibrant energy returned. Friends saw her eyes sparkle, reflecting inner peace. Jung would say Sarah's alignment with herself invited life to unfold naturally, freeing her from worry's grip. How can you invite synchronicity? Jung's first step is to trust your intuition. Each day, pause for 5 minutes to meditate or journal. Asking, "What feels true to my soul?" Elena focused on her love for books, Maya on teaching from her heart, Sarah on authentic connections. This practice, rooted in Jung's concept of the self, aligns you with the collective unconscious, where synchronicity flows. Science shows mindfulness enhances intuitive decision-making, reducing stress and boosting vitality. Try it. Write down one intuitive choice you'll follow today, and notice what unfolds. Another step is to track synchronistic moments. Keep a journal and note coincidences that feel meaningful, a chance meeting, an unexpected opportunity, or a sudden insight. Elena recorded her book club's success. Maya, her teaching opportunity. Sarah, her friend's invitation. Ask, "How is my soul guiding me?" Jung believed these moments signal alignment with the self, creating a flow where life arranges itself. This practice deepens your trust in life's rhythm, reducing worry's toll. Science supports this gratitude for coincidences, lowers stress hormones, enhancing health and radiance. Try it. Note one synchronistic moment each week, and reflect on its meaning. Living in synchronicity is about trusting life's deeper order. As Jung said, synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see. By letting go of worry, you align with your true self, inviting life to fall into place. In the next chapter, we'll wrap up with how to sustain this flow. For now, reflect. What intuitive step can you take today? Write it down. It's your first step to synchronicity and a life that unfolds effortlessly. What if your worries are the only thing holding you back from a life that flows effortlessly through Carl Jung's transformative wisdom? We've uncovered 5 powerful steps to let go and let life fall into place, recognizing worry as the ego's trap. Embracing, letting go as awakening. Releasing the persona's expectations. Transforming worry into freedom. And inviting synchronicity to align your path. From the stories of Olivia, Sophia, and Elena, we've seen how aligning with your true self through individuation dissolves anxiety and unlocks a radiant energy that transforms your life. This is your moment to step into self-discovery and inner peace, trusting your soul's rhythm to guide you to a life where everything clicks. Picture this tomorrow. You pose, journal about a worry, and ask, "What's my soul telling me?" That small act could spark a moment of synchronicity, a chance meeting, a new opportunity, or a burst of clarity. Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." So, here's your challenge tonight. Try 1. Practice meditate, journal, or act from your heart, and see how life responds. Your soul knows the way. Are you ready to trust it? Don't let this spark fade. Hit that subscribe button to join Jung's Psyche Hub for weekly insights into Carl Jung's teachings and the power of your psyche. Drop a comment below. Share a worry you'll release or a synchronistic moment you've experienced. Your story could inspire someone else. Like this video if it ignited your soul, and share it with someone ready to let go and live freely. Let's keep exploring the unconscious together, aligning with our true selves. See you in the next video.